So today we're on page 7 of the Chapter 9 practice test for geometry. So on number 31 here, we're going to take this, let's see how many sides it has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so it's a hexagon. That means we're going to use the area formula of 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. So we're going to plug in the values that we know and then just calculate it. So to get the perimeter, we know that there are 6 sides, and so we're going to multiply that by 16, which is just that one side. So the perimeter, I got 96, that goes here. Now we just need the apothem. In order to get the apothem, we're going to pull out one of the triangles. So that triangle, to get this angle right here, we're going to start with a complete circle of 360. We're going to divide that 360 by the number of sides, which is 6, and then divide that by 2. So we've got an angle of 30 degrees right here. We also know that this side, from here to here, is 16, so half of it would be 8, and we need the apothem, which we'll call x. And so we've got the opposite and the adjacent, which means we're going to use the tangent of 30, set it equal to 8 over a, multiply both sides by a, divide both sides by the tangent of 30. These cancel, so a is equal to 8 over the tangent of 30. And let me just show you how to type that in the calculator. Make sure your calculator's in degree mode. Type in 8 divided by the tangent of 30, and we get a roughly 13.8, but there's a 5 next to it, so I'm going to round it to 13.9. And that's what I'm going to plug into the formula up here for the apothem. From here, it's pretty darn easy. We're just going to take the 1/2, which I'm going to type in as 0.5, multiply it by 13.9, and then times 96. So the area for the hexagon is going to be 667.2. This one is in units squared. Number 32, obviously a triangle, and if they gave us the base and the height, we could use that formula, but they only gave us a side. So we're going to use 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. And we can easily get the perimeter by multiplying that by 3. Whoops. So it looks kind of tricky because there's a radical, but I'm just going to let the calculator do the work for me. So I'm going to go 3 times 16 rad 3. So I'm going to type in rad 3. Hit the equal sign. And that means the perimeter is 83.1. Just going to round it to the nearest tenth. Now I just need the apothem. So I'm going to call it x. I'm going to take this triangle out of the triangle. It's kind of upside down now. So I'm going to flip it around. And if the whole side is 16.3, then that means this is 16 rad 3. That means this is 8 rad 3. And I need to get this angle right here. So total of 360, divide it by 3, divide it by 2. So that angle right there is 60 degrees. I've got opposite and adjacent, so I'm going to use tangent again. So the tangent of 60 is equal to 8 rad 3 over x. Multiply both sides by x. Divide both sides by the tangent of 60. Cancel, cancel, type it in the calculator, and we're going to get the apothem equal to 8 rad 3 divided by the tangent of 60, and it's 8. Awesome. Okay? So now that we've got our area formula, let's type that in. So I'm going to do 0.5 as 1/2 times 8 times the 83.1 round it to the nearest tenth. Oh, it's already done for me. It's 332.4 units squared. All right, jump down to number 33. 33 has 6 sides, so it's an apothem. It's a hexagon as well. So we're going to use 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter again. And why do I keep doing that? We want to plug in the apothem, which is 12. We just need to get the perimeter. Okay, so I'm going to pull this little triangle out. And it's a right triangle. The apothem is 12. I need to get this opposite side. So we already calculated the angle up in problem 31 up here. That angle right there is 30 degrees. So guess what? So is this one, because it's a hexagon as well. Okay, so I'm going to use the tangent of 30 is equal to the opposite, which is x, over the adjacent, which is 12. I want to multiply both sides by 12. So all I need to type in the calculator is 12 times the tangent of 30. So here's how you type it in: 12 times the tangent of 30. And we've got a side of roughly 6.9. Okay, so if this is 6.9, we need to double it to get that whole side. So I'm just going to go 6.9 times 2. That means each side of this hexagon is 13.8. And there are 6 sides, so 13.8 times 6, that makes the perimeter 82.8. Now I just need to punch this in the calculator. I'm going to use 0.5 for 1/2 times 12 times 82.8. Hit the equals. It's 496.8 units squared. And let's do another triangle. This time they give us the apothem, so I'm going to pull out a little triangle. We know the apothem is 12. We just need to get the perimeter. So we need to find this side right here. And we know this angle up here is 60 because we already figured it out in number 32. So I'm not going to do the same work twice. I'm going to put an x here, and we're going to use tangent of 60 equals x over 12. So multiply both sides by 12. So we're going to do 12 times the tangent of 60. And that's going to give us roughly 20.7, but there's an 8 next to it, so I'm going to round it up to 20.8. That means from here to here is 20.8. So I'm going to double that, 20.8 times 2. That means one of the sides is 41.6. And there are 3 of them, so I'm going to multiply it by 3 to get the perimeter, which is 124.8. And then to get the area, I'm going to type that all in the calculator. So 0.5 for 1/2 times 12 times 124.8. And the area is 748.8. And that is in units squared.